Welcome everybody to the Star Wrestlecast. I'm Travis. That is Dave. That is Chris, and it's backwards, and it doesn't matter. We are three guys who love wrestling, and we are here to talk about it. Guys, how you guys doing?
Hey. Yeah, man. It's a
Good.
Tuesday after an interesting weekend.
Found the worst picture of Dixie Carter I could find, so here we go.
I mean, it's not a bad picture. I mean, she doesn't look like Enzo, but it's not a bad picture.
I mean, I've got Jake Lee kicking Shingo Takagi in the face from the G1.
Now, is that your picture? Because you were there on Saturday.
There. It's not my picture. I was there. That was the worst match of the night, by the way.
Oh, really?
Jake Lee sucks, by the way. Jake Lee's terrible. He's definitely. I'm not saying he was always terrible, but he's definitely been phoning it in since he signed with New Japan. It's just such a bad.
Do you just not like the clown gimmick, which is what
clown gimmick's bad too.
I like the clown gimmick.
The silent jester gimmick that he's doing.
It's not Danhausen.
It's such a downer for the crowd too, though. Like the entrance music is a downer. The way he wrestles his matches are a downer. I mean, everything else on the night was hot, and then this match came in. It's like fucking A. This was the second match of the night, and I was like, oof, poor Shingo. Like, I was worried going in.
You're telling me a mime gimmick doesn't work in wrestling?
You know what? Shocker that it does not. I mean,
I find that hard to believe.
It's such a mid-card act too. It's like, just stop it. Stop it. I mean, whatever. There's so many. I'd rather El Phantasmo have been in the G1 than him. El Phantasmo was probably leaving New Japan anyway, but still, it's just anything.
Yeah, he's like retiring or something. I don't know what he's doing. Is he going to AEW?
He's 39.
Really?
He's doing AEW.
El Phantasmo's 39.
Oh,
really? I thought he was younger than that.
You'd think so, but he's been in New Japan for a while, and he was wrestling in the UK for a while.
It's like when Zack Sabre Jr. is actually in his 30s, and you're like, I thought he was in his 40s, and it's like the reverse of that.
Oh, he's only in his 30s?
I know.
I thought he was older.
But Zack started like at 18.
Yeah. Remember he was in the Cruiserweight Classic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'd never seen anything like him when he was in that joint. I was like, I had never seen him before.
Nope.
Side note, the Cruiserweight Classic, if anyone has not gone back and watched those matches, they are still good. They are still worth watching. And that is
joints.
and the people that they have in there will blow your mind.
I know.
It's like
Brian
that Mae Young
commentary. Brian Danielson's commentary is like
amazing. Like the commentary team, Morrow and Brian Danielson, and then you have like all the stars who are now stars. I mean, it's like everyone in that grouping became something at one point.
We should do like a recap and like do a watch party of the old Cruiserweight.
Yeah,
that shit was good. Remember that was when Cedric Alexander won his contract.
His contract. Yeah. They chanted, "Give him a contract," and Triple H came out and did the point.
God, I miss how pure that shit was, man. It was so good, so non-WWE.
Well, those tournaments,
No, the weird thing was that TJP won because they couldn't sign Ibushi or Zack Sabre Jr. And so that's why he won. And so it's very interesting to see, like, and then they give Vince the chance with the Cruiserweights, and he goes,
"Oh,
with the what? The what? With the Cruiserweights? How much they weigh?"
Yeah, exactly. But those three tournaments, the Cruiserweight tournament, the British tournament, and the Mae Young Classic, were amazing.
Yep.
Like, I had never seen like British strong style. I'd never seen British wrestling like that, and it blew my mind. Yeah. So I was like watching those with rapt attention.
Did Tony Storm win?
Tony won the second one. The first one was Kairi Sane.
That's right.
And again, take a look at the Mae Young Classic, or at least the opening. Both the Cruiserweight Classic and the Mae Young have like an intro of all the stars. Like they have like a video you can find where they introduce everyone, and it's insane to watch both of the Mae Youngs and the Cruiserweight and go, that person went that way, that person went that way, it's like, damn.
So good.
You have a pre-heavy metal Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Like a wholesome looking Rhea Ripley. Which
that's the first one. The second one was where she introduced that character. And because of Tegan Knox, whose injuries or leaving places again helped a person out, Tegan Knox injured her freaking I think her knee in that match.
That was the first of one of her really awful knee injuries.
Yeah, and that was brought Rhea. She was going to win over Rhea. Rhea wins. Rhea becomes a star because of that.
Yeah.
God damn, man. I definitely feel like rewatching those. But
her and my world deserve to give Tegan Knox for her engagement like a fruit basket or something. It's like, hey, thanks.
Exactly.
You give them a basket for their engagement. What do you give Mia Yim for divorcing Keith Lee a year ago? But you know what though? I just said something to somebody that I think they're split because she posts so much.
Yeah, she does.
Wow. 0% of that joint had Keith Lee in it. And I was like, there's definitely something going on. This isn't just her being on the road. This is her not being around that motherfucker.
Poor Keith, man. I mean, he had such potential. He should have been a major star in AEW.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and who knows what's been going on since then. So, but he should have been a major star. I love Keith Lee so much.
At the very least, he should be happy and in a relationship with Mia Yim, but I guess not.
Well, here's the question. It's like, who knows what happened if his career or that happened or being far away from each other. I mean, did he have a chance to go back to the WWE? I mean, was
he's still under contract?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he's just sitting around, which is, I don't understand like the weirdness of AEW with him and Britt Baker and a couple others where it's like, okay, you're just going to pay them not to be in other places. Okay, cool. You know,
I mean, that's we've talked about that before. Tony Khan sees the new shiny toys that are out in the toy box all of a sudden, and he has to have them, and he brings them in, and he gets enamored with them and puts them on for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. You know, Keith Lee run wasn't that long, but he got sick. And then he loses interest or doesn't know what to do with them.
I feel like Keith Lee's thing is more physical still. And maybe who knows, it might be emotional now considering what he's gone through relationship wise. It could be emotional too. Something about Tony Khan though, when somebody gets on his bad side, they stay there.
Yeah.
They say they're gone. Like, I don't know what, like Nyla Rose hasn't been on TV in like 2 years. She's
still
under contract. There's all sorts of weird shit, man. That just something with him. WWE doesn't do you this bad when you get into Doghouse. Yeah, I mean,
at least Sheamus, you know, got his release, you know, or at least, you know, decided not to re-sign. You know, it's one of those things where I don't understand how you can have these talents. And I get it. They get paid. I mean, that's what happened at the end of WCW, why a lot of the invasion didn't work out because all the top stars were getting paid for like a year and a half later and just didn't go to WWE. But, you know, still you make some money. Like, is getting paid better than wrestling? That's the question. Scorpio Sky had a great interview recently where he's like, you know, I feel bad for people because there are people who are unemployed, people who don't have jobs. I'm still getting paid, but I'm not wrestling as much as I want to. You know, It's like, it's that, you know.
This is also why I think it's with Keith Lee and maybe with Britt Baker too. Because they are independent contractors. They could actually go wrestle elsewhere if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might still be under contract at AEW. If they wanted to go wrestle elsewhere and wrestle some matches, Keith Lee could. And probably so could Britt Baker. But the
last I had heard, I mean, because remember, Britt's last match was against Serena Deeb.
Yeah,
that was the famous nobody cares. Exactly. And it wasn't even a match. It was Serena Deeb was coming out to attack Britt Baker, or at least to interfere, and Britt Baker shooed her away and yelled out, "Nobody cares."
Yeah,
it wasn't even a match. It was just.
It was just. And I mean, you know, and her disappearance did kind of coincide with the news of her and Adam Cole breaking up and then Cole getting hurt.
Yeah.
And Cole being beloved backstage, you know, by everyone back there. Maybe she burned some bridges, you know, because there was the stuff with her and Thunder Rosa had gone down. So it may not
without Rebel by her side, by the way. So
yeah,
because she.
No, I saw pictures recently of her and Rebel. I think with like Mick Foley, so she's still like hanging out with Rebel and you know in Rebel's sadly maybe final year or so of her life. You know, so she's still there.
So Really sad. So the picture behind me is from the G1. This was my first G1 that I attended. This was a
How was it?
this was a bucket list item for me. I have a few wrestling things on my bucket list, and this was one of them, being attending a G1. It was a fantastic experience. I mean, it was really great. New Japan, although they need to maybe add one more concession stand, because it was one, and the thing was
Ooh,
like wrapped around the goddamn inside of the stadium. Everybody was trying to get shit. I ended up getting a shirt. I did get one, so at least I got that. But
Okay.
I had to go like in the middle of a match that I knew
Wait, does
nobody
that
would
say
be out there.
climax? What does that say?
It says G1 Climax.
Okay.
G1
I
Climax.
thought it just said climax, which would be a very Japanese shirt.
People probably
Climax.
People will probably think it was porn if it just said climax.
yes.
But all the matches were fantastic except for the one behind me, which is why I put it up there. It's so great to be around, like, because most of the people there are New Japan fans,
Yeah.
right? There are only some that were around me that clearly had never seen a New Japan show. Like there's a row of like redneck looking dudes, a couple of rows in front of me who compared everything to WWE. Like one guy, like I think Hanare put somebody in a full Nelson, and he was like, "Oh, skull crushing finale!" And I was just like, "Dude,
Dang.
shit like that."
You're comparing Hanare to The Miz? Even I know
He had
that's
no
bad.
idea who Callum Newman was, and he made fun of his last name Newman the whole time. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, stuff like that makes me like want to hate WWE fans, but whatever. They
Uh,
probably just saw Takeshita like on the lineup and were like, "Oh, I know that guy," and then bought a
heard
ticket.
him.
How is watching Yoda Suji live? Because I don't think any of us have seen Yoda in action live.
Yota Tsuji live, he's really good in the ring, very intense. He had him and Takeshi had a slugfest in the main event, as it should be. His entrance music sucks dick.
It's new
It's like
too. That's his new
like
one too. He's
yeah,
stuck with it.
it's like some K-pop shit.
Yeah.
Just it is not world champion level music, and it does not get the crowd excited. He needs to go back to his old music. His old music was fine. So he needs to change that right away. That's really bad. But I'm super glad that I was able to go to this. It was so much fun. And I got to bring Julie with me. She'd never been to a New Japan show, obviously. She's
Oh,
been to some.
how was your fiance with it? Because
Yeah, she doesn't know nearly as much about New Japan. But she knows WWE and she knows AEW. She knows a little bit of NXT. She knew Takeshita, so she was excited to see him. But
is the strong style translate well to somebody who doesn't know it, or is it like one of those things where like when they punch him and it looks like they've taken their face
she
off?
she's
There's
watched
just
enough with me to recognize the differences. Like she
okay.
recognizes that the New Japan style is like harder hitting. It's more physical, less soap opera, more competitive. She's smartly has compared it to like AEW as the American version of New Japan, smartly, which I think is true. So she
Yeah.
knows what she's talking about already. She's learned, she's picked up wrestling faster than any of the previous women in my harem. So
That's why you're marrying her.
so but I can't wait for them. I
Roster.
can't wait for them to come back and do more. I hope they do more G1s in here in the States.
I wish they did. They didn't do
Now,
the capital collision like they did last year or this year, and I
Was
really
that when
wish
we
they did
attended
that.
that one year all together?
Yes, we did. I don't know if Dave did, but you and I did, and I
Right.
got a
What was
freaking a New Japan soy chorizo T-shirt that people are still confused about. It's
what
a
was the show that the three
combination
of us
of
were at? Was that a
it's a
ring of
lion.
ROH.
Yeah, it's the lion with the sombrero that I wear around, and people are like, "What the f is that?" And then it turns out that the Japanese kanji is soy and wrestling, so it just says soy wrestling on me.
Was it a Ring of Honor show that the three of us
Yeah.
were at together?
Yes,
Yes. Which was the anniversary of that was last week, I believe.
Yes,
This
it
that
weekend.
was.
was
It popped up for all three of us.
Yeah, about for all three of us.
like, holy crap!
Yeah, and that was the match. The night I believe Bandito won the title from Roosh,
That
Yeah,
was
and it was the night that Brody King killed Jay Lethal. Like,
yes.
the fans legitimately thought Jay Lethal was dead.
Brody,
Like, just
Jay
stop.
Lethal's never been the same. Jay Lethal's never been the same since.
He has not.
Now, Dave, when Travis and I saw New Japan, we actually saw Brody versus Brody King versus Murder Grandpa. which was
Oh
one of the
wow.
greatest things I've ever seen.
Yes.
Because of course,
Only
yeah,
match.
I had no idea really who Brody King. I knew Brody King, but I never seen him wrestle. But that was the first time I actually saw him wrestle in person. I was like, "Damn, that guy's going to be something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was you could tell that night at the ROH show they were because at the Brody was a heel at that point. I think he was still part of Villain whatever. No, he wasn't
Yeah,
part of Villain Enterprises. He had
Yeah.
his own little thing going on, but it felt like they were positioning him to take the belt off of Bandito,
hmm
and then COVID. Oh no, COVID was over at that point. ROH folded. That's what it
yeah,
was.
that's right.
They
I still
Because we
feel
folded,
were
like he
there.
and
used to. I
You
still feel like he
and
used to
I
do
were there for the last show, which was
yes,
weirdly horrible, and that had Jay Lethal versus Jonathan Gresham, and it had for some reason
yes.
Braun Strowman showed up with EC3.
But that was the night FTR showed up to challenge the
Mm,
Briscoes.
that's
And
right.
that night, and that place went fucking ballistic when those two, when FTR walked out on that stage after the Briscoes beat the
I forget.
Kingdom for the
Yeah,
Kingdom for the tag title.
that's right.
That place went
remember the Kingdom.
bonkers. Yeah,
Remember the
which
Kingdom.
was a great match.
Yeah.
But
Whatever
you're right
happened?
that
Whatever happened to Rhett Titus?
who cares?
He's still wrestling.
Yeah,
Huh?
I think he's a
Red Titus
trainer. He trains in
I
but
think
Red.
he still. I think he still wrestles in ROH sometimes.
I think he does, but I
He
don't see him
might.
like on a regular.
Red
Yeah,
Titus is one of those guys that I have always disliked a great deal.
yeah.
I mean, it's not as if he's done anything bad. He's just one of those guys that I feel like he's just so basic.
Is it the hair? Is it the greasy hair that just looks like
Everything.
it
I
was
think
never ever like washed?
he's just
His-
like
He's
no
got big horse teeth
charisma,
too.
no dynamic move set, no nothing. Like I don't think he can talk that well. He's just a guy who's functional in the ring. I'm just kind of like every time I see him, like whatever, man. Red
Yeah,
Titus and
he's
ROH is like the only place where he could like get over. It's just like whatever.
well, I don't even know if he was over in ROH. Like the match he had that night
He
was,
was
I think it
part
was
of.
him
He's
and
been a part of like multiple stables and shit.
well,
Like
yeah,
No,
Kenny
so they
King
keep.
and him and the
yeah.
Kingdom and all this stuff.
He wasn't part
Yeah,
of the Kingdom. No, he was not part of the Kingdom.
I thought he
That
was part of
was
the
but wasn't he
Kingdom.
part of
ew.
that group? Wasn't he part of one of those groups with Gresham and some of those other guys though? I know he's part of some.
Yes, but it wasn't the Kingdom. The Kingdom was
I know Hot Sauce
Mike.
Tracy Williams was.
Yeah, yeah. I won't forget what they were called, but you're right. He was part of that, which was weird because you had Tracy, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, and Gresham, who are amazing, and then you had Red Titus.
Right.
Um,
But on that, whatever happened to Hot Sauce Tracy Williams? He was freaking Silver Ant and Green Ant in Chikara. One of the I love the Colony, and when I found out that he was the Green Ant slash Silver Ant, I was like, he's going to go huge. He's huge. He's one of the best wrestlers in Chikara. Nothing.
He wrestled here in Northern Virginia all the time as part of like Nova Pro and some of his other. He wrestled here all the time, and he just kind of.
he
Mm-hmm.
he did some stuff in ROH, the early AEW
Yeah,
ROH,
Yeah.
but he hasn't been seen since. I don't know what he's doing.
he had so much potential. If you told me that Fire Ant slash Orange Cassidy would be the standout of that group, I would be like, nah.
Yeah.
Oh, back to G1. I'm curious. How did that sell, Travis? Like, how was the crowd?
It was not full.
Hmm.
I would say probably three-fourths
Okay.
full, so not too bad. Not too bad. Didn't look like a lot of the suites were sold out or anything. I know a few of them were. I'd say probably about three-fourths full, so it's not too bad. But the crowd was really hot though.
Good.
Crowd was super hot, especially the last like five matches. You know, New Japan, they always like do their matches from like lowest on the rung all the way up to like the main event, which I always like the way that they do that. And those last like five matches, which you got like Shota versus Zack Sabre and Callum Newman versus Yuya Uemura and stuff like that. Their crowd was super hot for all those matches. So
And it kind of makes sense because wasn't Raw there just last week? I mean, if you right now,
yeah,
people don't have money. And
Yeah.
so, if you have a situation where you have Raw and New Japan in the same week, you're going to sadly have to choose.
yeah, and AEW is going to be there soon as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good show. I really want to go back and see another one. The next thing on my bucket list is I still haven't been to a Royal Rumble. I want
Yeah,
to go to a
same.
Royal Rumble. That's on my bucket list, and then Wrestle Kingdom. I mean,
The problem with Royal Rumbles is that they're always either in Saudi Arabia or on the West Coast. They're always either Central West. They're never here on the East Coast. So, like, Travis and I got lucky with Philadelphia being the WrestleMania 40. That's why I attended, because it was right here. If there is a Royal Rumble somewhere on the East Coast, I'm going to go. But, it never is.
I think those days are over, because now they're doing stadium shows with Royal Rumble, and it being in January, you're not going to get a Royal Rumble on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Because there's no open air stadiums that they're going to run, and I don't know any dome stadiums that are around, especially in January when you're dealing with NFL.
Yeah, the only one I could think of is Atlanta, because the Falcons have no chance to be in the playoffs during that time. And it is one of the best stadiums. I mean, if you've seen it with the soccer, I think either today or tomorrow is the semifinals is going to be in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. So, that would be like, I'd go down to Atlanta for that. That would be no problem. But I don't know why they don't do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, since we're talking WWE, Monday Night Raw was last night. Did anybody watch it?
Thank you. I was, and then I'm not joking, I fell asleep as the gauntlet match or whatever it was started, and I woke up at the very end of it and was like, I'll catch the rest of it later, and turn it off. Like it.
Well, it was interesting to me, the gauntlet match, because they started with Joe Hendry and Dominic Mysterio. I'm like, neither of these guys are going to win, and that makes me sad. And then, halfway through it, it was Dragon Lee, and then Javon Evans did his superstar thing, which was awesome. He I think took out 3 of them until he got to Rusev, and then Chad Gable came in. And then Gable took out Rusev, and then it ended with Ethan Page versus Chad Gable, which was really good because, again, it's great to see Ethan Page shine. And, he's one of those heels that really talks a good game in the ring. Like, when the person's down, he's just giving them shit, and it's, great. And it led to I didn't even realize this. Chad's from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So guess who won?
He was always destined to win that. It wasn't that compelling. But the most compelling thing in it for me was watching kind of a more heelish Javon Evans.
Yeah.
He was showing his dark side in this one, which I thought was like, wow, okay. I dug it. He made some faces in there that I didn't know he could make.
Him versus Rusev was kind of cool to watch him power out of the Accolade. Yeah. And then
boy, did the Accolade look like boy, did the Accolade get powered down during this film. It was four times people broke out of it and just fought out of it. It's like, dude, Javon Evans did it 3 times, and then Chad Gable did it the very next match. And it was
I'm sorry, and this is, I know this is going to sound, Javon Evans, who's a stick figure, should not be powering out of the Accolade.
That's true.
If I'm Rusev and he powers out of the Accolade, I'm done. You know what? See ya.
Though he has gained about 10 or 15 pounds of muscle since he's been in WWE. I don't know if you've seen the difference between him from last year and this year. He has actually gained some. It's not a Swerve Strickland level, but it's significant. And so, he does have the strength to not power out of the Accolade, goddammit. But
I'm gonna say,
he got the anti one-winged angel treatment.
Yeah, he did.
Really bad. I knew this show was going to be great as soon as it started with that lame Brock Lesnar Obafemi showdown where he came out surrounded by cops, and I was like, "Fuck off."
And what does Brock? If you're Brock Lesnar, the last thing you should want are cops in front of you.
Yes,
cops in front of you. That takes away all of your badassness. If you're supposed to be the beast, you're the badass. Whatever.
That's a cowardly heel thing.
But he's not a cowardly heel.
I know.
He's a monster.
That's an Ethan Page thing to do, not a fucking Brock Lesnar thing to do. But WWE, they do this all the time. They have a standard formula for the way they think a heel should act 100%. And the way a babyface should act. And but usually they're smart enough not to slap that onto Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
This time they did, and I was like, "What the hell is this shit?"
That was such crappy standard paint by the numbers WWE tripe that I was out. I mean, I texted you guys. I hope it wasn't taken the wrong way. But you know they weren't real cops when Obafemi got in and they let him get in the ring and didn't just shoot his ass.
Yeah.
So it was meant.
No, you're correct about that on many fronts.
They weren't real cops when he made it in line.
They'll start dressing those guys up in ice uniforms. Then you'd be like, real fucking tension. Like, holy
Travis, you joke, but if this was Vince McMahon's WWE, that would happen.
It would totally.
By the way, great point. I meant to mention this last night. There were a couple very Vince McMahon moments last night that felt like he still had his finger on the button.
The Vision? The Vision?
100%.
Who now lost Paul Heyman as their manager. They traded him for Maxine Dupree. We're talking about a downgrade.
Oh.
I never get the bout face a heel move where it's like I'm a good guy and then it's like I'm evil as fuck. Yeah. And that's what Maxine Dupree is. It's like not even like a character change. It's like somebody like did the Big Show switch on her. You know what I mean?
The same thing applies to
in that match.
The same thing applies to Lyra Valkyria, who now dresses like she's a bag lady wearing a potato sack.
That was the other Vince McMahon moment. That was the other, like, you took this woman.
Like, what is that?
And you uglied her up for no apparent freaking reason.
Not just ugly her up, like Baron Bum Corbin uglied her up. You know, like her sweater had like moth holes in it.
Literal holes in it.
Yes. For no reason, like no explanation behind it. Like,
she hadn't.
It was like she had the mental break.
Bailey should have been like, you smell like you haven't bathed since.
You smell like onions.
You smell like cat piss and sadness.
Yeah. I don't understand where this character is. I don't understand what they're doing. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it.
The crowd wasn't either. Like they were like, "Well, see you at Saturday's main event," and the crowd was like, "Eh."
They can't possibly think this is going to get her over. They can't.
No, for something the three of us were have been anticipating like the last 6 months.
Yeah,
they have botched it so poorly. They have punted so bad.
What a horrible payoff!
Oh my god! What
was?
As I said, I think last week, it's like she looks like the pigeon lady from Home Alone, Lost in New York, and I'm like, if that's what your inspiration is, you're fucked.
But give me an explanation. She lost all her money in the crypto market for something. I don't know. Give me some reason she's dressing in a potato sack with holes in it.
Listen, give me bum ass Corbin again. That's that made sense.
Exactly.
Got Corbin back.
Yeah,
that was cool. I mean, I kind of liked him in Dijak as the Skyscrapers. I don't like the guy that they've replaced him with.
Well, they also named him the Nomad, so they're keeping his gimmick that he had on the Indies, which is pretty cool because that like weird pirate ship thing he had before he left NXT was not good. So the Nomad Bishop Dyer or the Nomad Baron Corbin, that's a cool character, and I kind of like putting them in and like not doing the Trick Williams thing right now with the one and. Having a trios thing going on either at SummerSlam or main event.
We got a promo for Big Cass, who's going to be coming back on August 3rd. No Enzo.
But no Enzo.
No Enzo.
I thought I saw Enzo in the promo though.
Yeah, but no, it was strictly. I mean, you knew that was Big Cass's silhouette. But there was no like silhouette. There was not like an inch tall like Enzo right next to him.
But I thought during the course of it. They had a profile of a guy who definitely was not Cass. I thought it was Enzo.
I thought
it might
Cass. I
have to go back and watch.
I can't imagine that they would have Cass be in there and have him not say anything.
Yeah,
because that's like literally the only thing he can do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have 2 weeks. He said that it's the first weekend or 3 weeks. It's the first week in August that Raw, where they said it's like 8/3, I think. So if
after SummerSlam.
Yeah, so it's either right after SummerSlam or So if you have a promo where realest guys in the room or something to that extent, Enzo's coming. Which what? Let's give them a try because tag teams suck in WWE right now. I mean, both of them have matured a lot. I don't know if you've seen the real ones, Enzo's indie run in the last 5 years or so, but he's not bad anymore.
I've seen some of it when he's in, was it MLW?
Yeah.
When that was on TV, I watched some of that and saw that. And he is who he is. He's gotten better in the ring, which, he couldn't get any worse. And Cass is good.
Yeah.
Cass's time in AEW was really time well spent.
His stuff in TNA was great too. That's what started him out, and that got into AEW.
He progressed, he continued to progress through TNA into AEW, which I would love to have seen him stay in AEW, but AEW historically does not know what to do with big men. So I'm glad he's going.
Wardlow would like a word with you. He totally disagrees.
Holy shit, that's our forgotten Haas of the week. What the fuck happened to Wardlow?
Really? Because every time Wardlow started to get a push, for some reason, some unexplained reason, the brakes were slammed onto it and his head slammed right into the windshield.
You're right. I don't know if it fizzled out or someone went, nah.
We also kept getting hurt too. So
yeah.
He kept getting hurt. I mean, he's over there on American Gladiators right now anyway. So.
Oh, that's right. That is such a weird combo because it's like it's Wardlow, Camille's on there, and then the Miz hosts it. I don't know. So neither
Mr. Spectacular is on there.
Yeah, so neither AEW or WWE promote it.
Rick Boogs is on there.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta watch this.
He's called the Bull.
It's like half wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And Boogs is called the Bull for some reason. He's the only one that has a "the" in front of him and just not Bull. Yeah. And I'm just like, what? He doesn't deserve the Bull. I'm sorry.
I gave it 2 episodes. I couldn't watch it. It's bad.
Oh, is it? That could be. Is it bad or good bad?
It's not good.
It's not.
Oh, damn it!
I'm not going to.
It's Miz hosting and makes you want to go. Where's Chris Jericho?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't know. Is it on? It's on Prime, isn't it, or Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Prime. It's like you're wanting Hulk Hogan to be there in the last iteration of American Gladiators.
It looks super cheap, and especially when they go to the crowd, it's really cheesy. It reminded me of shots of the crowd in the Last Boy Scout, ball game. It was so
a bunch of extras, just why are we here? What are we doing? Where's catering?
It's also mad jingoistic too. It's super patriotism, super nationalism. It's all right, okay, is enough.
Maybe
over the top shit.
Now, where's it being filmed? Is it like TNA when TNA was at Universal Studios in Florida, or WCW used to be, and you got to go see the rides of Universal and then catch a wrestling show randomly?
I have a feeling it's probably in some studio somewhere. In Orlando or whatever, or Anaheim or someplace like that, whatever.
So it's attached to some amusement park. You're probably right, Chris.
Not Berry Farms, you're going just to have some really great boysenberry jam, and then you see American Gladiators.
Oh man! So apparently, LA Knight has shown some growth because now he knows he can fight the Bloodline and have some help. And he wants that help to be from Solo Sikoa.
Royce Keys, the most random threesome ever.
And Royce Keys is what?
What, dude? Yeah. And you had Jacob Fatu screaming, "Don't make me do this!" as he's beating on Royce Keys.
I know. I know. It's so I don't know what they're doing right now.
It reminded me, the Solo Sikoa thing reminded me of that DDP joining the NWO from 30 years back, where it
but not nearly as fun.
Yeah. I was like, he's going to turn and do something because you just don't either he better attack Royce Keys or he's going to attack Jimmy. And I was like, he attacked Jimmy.
I mean, LA Knight must be the dumbest person. He might be the second dumbest person other than El Grande Americano, who's going to team with Dominic Mysterio against Perros Del Mal next week. And it's don't you know what's about to happen? Yeah. Don't you know? How do you not see
big it? Dummy.
How do you not see that Dominic is the head of Perros Del Mal?
No, you don't see it, bro. Come on, man.
By the way, that actually is the lore that if Dominic is the head of Perros Del Mal is a huge thing, because I don't know if you know that the Perro Guerrero Jr., the man who kind of formed Perros Del Mal, died in the ring in a match with Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's right.
We
He's
talked
that
about
one
it a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and we speculated then that the way the history of Perros Del Mal, that Dominic could end up being like maybe the leader. Like we speculated about this, so it seems
It's like he wants to kill Mysterio, who is the general manager of AAA. This is the best way to do it.
yeah. So,
Good point.
but you know what? AAA is still a hell of a lot of fun to watch. So I was really into it. I was like, even though I knew it was like El Grande Americano's a moron, but I'm into seeing what happens though.
Okay, first of all, Mini Vikingo needs a new name and a new gimmick. He's amazing. I didn't realize he's freaking 18. Like, that kid is a kid, and he is doing amazing things in AAA.
You might as well be the actual Vikingo right now, since the other one's hurt. So
Exactly.
he should just take it. They should just have him come out and like be next to Omos and just take Vikingo's place and then not mention it. They just have like, just don't say anything. Just like
it's like when Kofi Kingston dropped the Jamaican accent.
Yeah. Right. Well, until Triple H called him out for it.
Were you Jamaican?
I know. God. Did anything else of note happen on this show other than like
the ending with Roman and Seth was great, but it's again selling me on something I didn't know I wanted, and it's like I get it, it's great. Those two can cut a good promo separately. Those two together cut a fantastic promo.
It was great only because Roman was saying some shit that I hope he didn't get cleared. Like talking about how boring he was, Seth Rollins last week, and talking about how he knows he'll never be the number one guy. Blah, all the stuff that I've literally been saying for years. Motherfucker sucks. he was just saying, and that's what made it fun for me. But overall, I've just seen them so much. It's hard.
I'm excited to see their match. I mean, there will be great storytelling, not really great wrestling. So we'll see.
Just last night's show just felt like nothing.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was a filler episode, other than the Vision thing, which we glossed over. That was just kind of like I don't really care about Alpha Academy at all.
And it makes sense now that you guys told me what happened. As the beatdown is going on, first off, Braun Breaker looked like a little bitch. Okay?
Yeah.
If Otis punks you out, Braun Breaker's another one, you just pack it up and go away at this point. I kept waiting for Chad Gable to come out.
Yeah.
I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and it never happened. It makes sense now because he was in the main event, and he won the main event.
Yeah.
But if he was trying to make amends with those guys, why wouldn't he come out? Bad storytelling.
And the Street Profits, what the fuck happened to them? Are they gone? Like, that's the thing is, like, they win the championship from them, and they lose the championship from them. And where are they?
How long did they hold those belts? Like 2 weeks?
Yeah, it wasn't long. It was a week or 2 weeks. Yeah,
their title run was sacrificed so that Maxine Dupree could become the manager of the division. And it's really? That's how low in the totem pole you guys are. I hope you guys.
Well, it's because Paul Heyman was like, "I'm done."
Yeah, he was clearly like, He's starting a media company apparently.
We were this close from being done with the Vision. That close, guys.
It feels like they started over. Why won't they end any of these stables? Like even like the Judgment Day needs to go away. Even though I've loved them, but they should have been over a year ago.
When Finn left,
that's it. When Finn left, they should have broken up because it became more women than men, and it's not the Judgment. Change the name or something, or do something that changes that become the Judgment Day Wolfpack. I don't know, it's not the same.
It's time for them to end because JD McDonough failed in his Money in the Bank cash in on my WWE 2K26 universe, and once that happens. It's time for you to go.
Okay. Is he going to try to win it again in a Head in the Cell match? Is that what's going to happen?
He tried to cash in on Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam after he beat Kevin Owens, and he got fucking stomped. And
is he going to redeem himself in a Head Ladders and Chairs match?
Head on a pole. Come on.
Coal Miner's daughter match.
So one thing that came out of this Raw is we have the Saturday night's main event card. So let's run down this card real fast.
Fuck.
I know. So the
Jesus
main event
Christ.
is CM Punk and Cody Rhodes teaming up against Gunther and Sami Zayn.
Who cares?
This is going to be so. This means on Friday it's going to be 3 hours of can they get along?
Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours back to 2 hours. Well, I guess we're spared.
Thank God
Yeah,
they're back
because
to 2
Braun
hours.
Strowman is eating food in the next hour.
That's right.
Yeah. Which is
That's right.
very entertaining, by the way.
I love that show, by the way.
Me too.
I'm not shitting on that show. I love watching Adam Scherr eat food, and it's great.
Yes.
The 10 seconds I catch before and after SmackDown, as it's going off and then coming back on again,
It's
are
good.
perfectly fine. But I mean, that match. Who fucking cares who wins that match? Who cares?
It's going to be
Only
used
matters
to
if
propel to
one-
SummerSlam.
Yeah, if one of them betrays the other, that's all that matters. Is who's going to betray who in that situation,
Is Punk going to accidentally hit Cody, or is Cody going to accidentally hit Punk?
or on purpose?
Accidentally. Yeah, it's going to be an accident.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, I hate this.
Or are they going to use it to set up a 3-way or four? At this point, would it be a 4-way?
It could be a 4-way.
Could be.
WWE is the kings of can they get along?
Yeah,
It's
another
no other
cliche.
formula when it comes to tag team fucking matches, man.
Will Dude Love and Steve Austin win the tag team titles?
Can Val Venus and Funaki get along? It's like,
Choppy
connection.
DP, no, probably not.
No.
Paige and Brie Bella will defend the women's tag team titles against Fatal Influence. Are they finally going to lose the belts? Finally,
Yes.
Maybe, yeah. I actually see them losing to Fatal Influence.
I think so. I mean, if they don't, what's it do for Fatal Influence? You know?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, is the other Bella ready? Right? Is Nikki
back?
You know,
no, that's a good question. If she's back, then they're definitely losing, and they're definitely going to hurt the page. So I get to see my girl Lainey Reed have some gold. That'll make me very happy. Very, very happy.
Then you have the bag lady versus the worst horsewoman, Bailey.
You know, that was kind of a funny comment because I mean, for real, it's true.
It is,
but still, it's true and it hurts.
It's a fact. I mean, to be honest, though, like she's the worst of the four, but it's four of the best women who have ever wrestled in womenhood. Right. Yeah, it's like you're the fourth runner-up of the greatest group of women that came out of WWE.
Right.
Yeah. At least successful, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, her stats compared to all of them, but it's just that she's the least compelling of them.
I mean, I would put her over Charlotte because I hate Charlotte Flair with a passion.
Charlotte's got 14 titles. So.
Yeah, but if her name wasn't Charlotte Flair, I don't think it would be 14 titles.
That's fair, but you know, her name is Flair, so and she's not bad. She's actually
no, she's not. Again, four of the greatest women to ever wrestle in WWE.
It'd be one thing if she had 14 titles and she sucked, but she doesn't suck. She's actually pretty good. Who fuck wins that match? It has to be Lyra, right?
It has to be Lyra. It has to be the bag lady.
Got to reward the heel turn, I always say. Danhausen versus JD McDonough in a no DQ match. Come on.
Will we see the monster that he's been cloning for the last month and a half?
I think they've quietly dropped it. I think they've quietly dropped that shitty storyline.
Chris thought it was going to be Baron Corbin, which thankfully it's not.
Thankfully not.
Baron Corbin. I thought it might have been too, just because WWE sucks so bad right now that they might have done it. But I can't imagine who they go with now. I think they probably did approach Baron Corbin about it. He was like, no.
Nah.
So I'll stay over here in MLW, wherever. I'll stay in WA, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm sure he was like, please take me seriously this run. Please don't do that.
Like, can I get the United States Championship that's covered in felt now? Okay. That's better than Danhausen.
Better than being Danhausen's clone.
That's the card. That's the show for Saturday.
That's it.
Oh, no.
Maybe they'll add something else on SmackDown, but what?
It's bad.
It's not good.
No.
Especially leading into summer. Like, we're 2 weeks out of SummerSlam at that point.
Yeah.
Oy.
These Saturday night main events come at really inconvenient times all the time.
Saturday night's main event. It's also, I believe Sunday is the World Cup. The runner-up game is on Saturday. So it's like you're facing versus World Cup at this point too. It's just It's not good.
No,
That's pretty bad.
bad planning.
What else we got that we wanted to talk about before we get out?
I would like to talk about the Dark Side of the Ring, the first and second episodes of Dark Side of the Ring, the tribulations of Jeff Jarrett and TNA were aired, and you can find them on YouTube off of some of the, I think it's like Spike TV's channel that still exists. I don't know where the hell it is.
That's how I watched it.
Yeah. It was interesting because it reminded me about the Fall of the Ultimate Warrior DVD where Vince McMahon, had control of it and shat on the Ultimate Warrior, except this time it was Dixie Carter. And so,
She could have talked. She could have. Yeah. They asked her to be a part of it and she didn't want to, so that's on her.
Yep, 100%.
Well, they shat on it. The second episode was literally calling Dixie Carter a rube and a money mark. Literally, the words money mark were used. And they're not wrong. I mean, it makes sense for, that was the prime time of TNA. That's some of the best stuff of TNA. And then Hulk Hogan and Bischoff came and ruined it. Just totally horrible. But that... looking at it as a money mark situation where like Kevin Nash and all the main event mafia people have her ear and changing the way that TNA is working to be more them than that. I mean, I love main event mafia. I thought it was a great faction, but it now makes more sense after watching it and seeing that it was them trying to rube her. So
yeah. It felt very, stick with me on this one. It felt very WWE-like in its production, whereas they have a very clear agenda. Make Jeff Jarrett look like $1 billion. Make Jeff Jarrett look like he's the greatest thing to pro wrestling since the Blade job, and we're going to crap all over Dixie Carter, which not undeserved, thank you, not undeserved, but it felt very... It didn't feel Dark Side of the Ring-ish. It felt very WWE propaganda-ish.
And when Vince Russo comes out looking like an okay guy, I have problems with that.
Right?
It's like...
Look, I hate Vince Russo as much as anybody. He does come off looking okay in this. That's because he was the guy kind of caught in the middle. At least in terms of like... from his perspective, he was the guy caught in the middle. But and they probably, because they didn't have the time, they couldn't focus on all the really crappy shit that he did. Like most of the stuff I hate about Vince Russo is creative. Like his creative was just atrocious. But
I mean, they showed the midget in the trash can. Talking about him, he's wearing that's pretty much the extent of what they get into with Russo, as far as how bad he did things.
There's a lot of shitty Shark Boy stuff.
Yeah. Which they just glossed right over. They like, whenever they said, then he'd write something about Shark Boy. Like, poor Shark Boy.
Shell, remember when he became Steve Austin for no apparent reason?
Yeah,
he'd take a headshot or something
too. Yeah.
No, but it was interesting to see like the next episode is Bischoff and Hulk Hogan coming in and fucking it all up until the other people come and save money. And it's funny to like, they don't shit on Panda Energy, which was Dixie's father, that much, which is interesting. They kind of put them as the saviors of TNA, which they were. I mean, they were the money marks,
Yeah. Had Panda Energy just been the financiers and they not forced Dixie on them, things could have turned out a lot differently.
Well, it seems like Dixie forced herself on them. I don't know if Panda Energy gave a shit one way or another.
No, it was she was trying to be Tony Khan before Tony Khan was Tony Khan.
I think she was trying to be Guerrero.
Exactly. And the other thing that came out of this is the first time Karen Jarrett spoke about the whole situation with Kurt Angle. And
I think that might have been the most interesting aspect to me, because it was one of the few things I really didn't know that much about, honestly, because she's not really talked about it.
No, she has not. This is the first time she's ever spoken about it.
I think that was the most interesting aspect of it to me, was hearing more about that whole situation and how that went down. And you know what? And I'm happy for Jeff and Karen. They're still together.
Yeah,
they're still doing their thing. You know?
And Kurt is okay with it too. I mean, like all of them raised their kids together. There was no maliciousness. You know, I mean, even the way that Jeff Jarrett talked about Kurt's drug situation during that time, which is well known. I mean, the whole Perk Angle sad meme came out of it, which, you know, he went through a very tough time. It's a disease, man. You know, addiction is a disease, but they, unlike Dixie, they really treated Kurt Angle, who was not in this, with a little respect.
Yeah. And they gave him a lot of respect. They gave him a lot of grace because they really could have crapped all over him.
All over.
I'm good. I'll be curious to see how they handle the Jeff Hardy Sting match, which will probably be this episode tonight. Jeff is in the dark side. He's on the dark side of the ring. He's one of the talking heads. So I don't know how bad they'll go with it. They've got to reference it.
No. They teased it, and it is going to be definitely part of it. And Jeff Harvey, Jesus Christ, Chris, Jeff Harvey, Jeff Hardy has mentioned it a bunch of times, like with the Chris Van Vliet interview and stuff. So, you know, he's more than willing to talk about it. So it'll be interesting to see how much they blame Bischoff and them for allowing somebody who is clearly intoxicated. You know,
he never
should not have been there.
Yeah,
be in the ring.
It's funny how wrestling does all sorts of things that he never should have done. Like that was one thing I'll never forget. Because they showed the Owen Hart when he fell, and
Thank you.
I'll never forget my friend, because we and I were watching it at Damon's Sports Bar in Springfield. We were watching it, and when it happened, and they continued the show, my friend stopped watching wrestling that day.
Yeah,
he never forget.
That's fair, because they should have ended it. A man died in the ring. They should have just ended it right there. You know,
it's all that show must go on bullshit, man, that wrestling is about. And that's one of the things that I think I really liked about the show, was how they kind of gave some context to Jeff Jarrett's life. Because we all criticize him for coming into creating TNA and then making himself champion 1,000 times. But he has his reasons. I mean, he had his reasons for doing it. He was the only one he could trust sometimes to be champion, because everybody else could split at a moment's notice. You know, and he had to ensure his investment, all sorts of reasons. And also just because he grew up in a family where his father held control of everything. And so he kind of, that's how he learned it. And that gave me some context, some broader context to how Jeff Jarrett saw things in TNA. And it makes me look at him a little bit differently. Is the show a little bit too rainbow colored for him? Maybe. But I can understand where he's coming from a little bit better, which I think is probably the whole point of the show, honestly.
You know, what I got out of it was the meeting of business and carnies. And that seems to be what has what was the downfall for, like, the Dixie Carter part of it.
You said the meeting of what was it? Business and Kizarny?
Business and carnies. And Carnival.
Not
Kizarny, yes. Kizarny himself.
Business and Kizarny.
By the way, now that you mention that, Chris, think about what's going on with WWE.
That's exactly where I was going.
Look at what we're seeing right now with that, because you're having, for so long, WWE, when it was under Vince's control, it was run as a wrestling promotion that was also a business. Now you've got TKO and whatever, you know, Emmanuel's brother, you know, you've got business trying to run a wrestling show, and they don't know what they're doing. And every week we come on here and we talk about things that clearly TKO has their finger on that make it unenjoyable for us to watch now.
Jeff Jarrett was on with Ariel Hawani. I'm butchering his name, I'm sorry, but he's a pretty good interview. And asked about Tony Khan and the difference between Tony Khan and everything. And Jeff Jarrett talked about what destroyed parts of TNA and what destroyed WCW was wrestling versus when the corporate took over. And the corporate dictated what was going on and not the wrestlers. And that the difference for AEW is that Tony Khan is the only decision maker. That he said that when TNA fell, it was because the wrestling group got overtaken by the business people who brought in people that they thought were going to make things good and ruined everything. Happened in WCW, happened in TNA for a bit, and that may happen to WWE.
Yeah, it's just funny. It reminds me of the time I spent hanging out in OVW that year for the first season of whatever that show was called. I don't even remember anymore. Was it
like Hard Knocks or whatever it was?
The Wrestlers or something? I don't remember what it was. And that the whole season was Al Snow fighting against that very thing, fighting against the guy who runs things, the guy the money man, intruding, the guy who doesn't know wrestling, trying to come in there and control the creative. That whole thing was about that. And OVW's come out on the other side of that, it seems. But it seems like whenever you're dealing with wrestling, that is always going to be the battle.
The problem with wrestling is that it's an art and a business at the same time. And so there is a clash. You have the artists who are the wrestlers and the people who are trying to make money because you have to make money to pay the artists. And so you're going to have that fight constantly.
Yep. Yeah. If only they would all just hire Kizarny to run everything.
Iske, Miss K, Kizarny K?
He's available. Yeah. He's on LinkedIn. Look him up.
All right, guys,
He's on LinkedIn?
Is he?
It wouldn't surprise me if you can hire a Kizarny on LinkedIn. I'm just saying.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here. That was the 5-Star Wrestlecast. I am Travis. That is Dave. That is Chris. Thank you for everybody who's been tuning in, both on podcast and on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate all of you who have already done so. All right, we will see you again soon. Maybe after Saturday night's main event, we'll pop back in, talk about how bad that show was.
Oh,
I mean, it's great. Yeah. You can't sugarcoat it. Yeah,
it's pretty bad. All right, guys, we're out of here. See you next time. Bye.
Peace.